Guru Brahma. Om Vakratunde Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gururdevo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavadvyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. These shlokas are there in this booklet. So those who are not familiar can see from this booklet. Invoking the grace of Lord Dakshinamurti, Bhagavan Shankaracharya Ji, all other Adhishtatru Devata, and blessings of Pujya Swamiji, we start the study of the 6th chapter of Chandogya Upanishad on this auspicious day of Shankaracharya Jayanti. The Chandogya Upanishad is one of the 10 main Upanishads which are commented upon by Shankaracharya Ji. Isha Kena Katha Prashna Munda Mandukya Tittirihi Eitariyam Cha Chandogyam Brihadaranyakam Tatha Dasha or Brihadaranyakam Tatha. So these 10 Upanishads are considered to be important ones, and Chandogya is one of them. Chandogya Upanishad belongs to Samaveda, and it is called Chandogya Upanishad because it is the Upanishad of Samavedinaha. Chandogya word is derived from Chandogaha. Chandaha gayanti iti Chandogaha. Those who are singing the Veda mantra, Sama mantra, they are called Chandogaha. The singers of Sama mantra are called Chandogaha. And Chandoganam Yam Upanishad, Chandogya Upanishad. So Chandogya Upanishad title is there because of this Upanishad is related to Samavedi. Samavedinaha Yam Upanishad. Therefore, Chandogya Upanishad. The Upanishad related to the Samavedis, the singers of Sama mantras. And this Upanishad has got 8 chapters. Out of these 8, 5 chapters are dedicated to this Upasana, meditations, 1 to 5. Different types of Upasanas are presented. And 6th, 7th and 8th, these 3 chapters are dedicated to Gneyam Brahma, Brahman which is to be understood as oneself. 1 to 5, Upasya Brahma, Brahman which is to be meditated upon. So 1 to 5, Upasya Brahma, and the 6 to 8 is Gneyam Brahma, otherwise called Nirgunam Brahma. So 1 to 5 is Saguna Brahma Upasana and 6 to 8 is Nirguna Brahma Jnanam. And in that also 6th chapter is called Sadvidya Prakaranam, because it is the Adhyaya chapter dealing with the knowledge of Brahman as Sad, existence. So this chapter, 6th chapter, deals with Brahman as Sat. Therefore it is called Sadvidya. Sadvidya means Sad Brahma Vidya. It is the knowledge of Sad Brahma, Brahman which is existence. 7th is called Bhuma Vidya, the dialogue between Narada and Sanat Kumaras. So there Bhuma, Brahman is presented as Bhuma, which is Ananda Swarupa. So the 7th chapter is called Bhuma Vidya Prakaranam, which is dealing with Brahman as Bhuma Purnam Ananda. And the 8th chapter is dealing with Turiya Chaitanyam, Avasthatraya Sakshi, Turiya Chaitanyam. Therefore it can be called Turiya Vidya, Turiya Brahma Vidya, but more popularly it is known as Prajapati Vidya, because this teacher of that particular teaching is Prajapati. Therefore it is known as Prajapati Vidya Prakaranam. So 3 chapters dealing with Nirguna Brahma, Gneyam Brahma. Gneyam Brahma means Brahman to be understood. So Sadvidya Prakaranam 6, then 7th is Bhuma Vidya Prakaranam, and the 8th is Prajapati Vidya or Turiya Brahma Vidya Prakaranam. So Satchid Ananda are presented. 6 is Sad Brahma, the 7th is Ananda Brahma, and 8th is Chid Brahma. So Satchidananda is presented in these 3 chapters. Now we are going to take up the 6th chapter, and this Chandogya Upanishad, where this 6th chapter is occurring, which we are going to study, has got a particular Shanti Patha. So I will read, you can repeat after me. Om Apyayantu Mamangani Vakpranashchakshushrotramatho Balamindriyani cha Sarvani. Sarvam Brahmaupanishadam Maham Brahma Nirakuryam Mama Brahma Nirakarot Anirakaranamastva Nirakaranam me astu Tadatmani Nirateya Upanishatsu Dharmaste Mai Santu. ते मयि सन्तु. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So in this Shanti Patha, the first part, Apyayantu up to Sarvani, is a prayer. In fact, Shanti Patha itself is prayer. Shantyartham Pathaha Pathyamanaha Mantraha. The mantra which is chanted for Shanti, and Shanti means removal of obstacle. That is called Shanti Patha. So a prayer mantra for removal of obstacle is called Shanti Patha. And here in the first part, there is a prayer for fitness of the body, mind, sense complex. Because for any pursuit we require fitness. So for the pursuit of knowledge also we require fitness. So prayer is there. Apyayantu means develop very well or make them develop very well. what? Mama angani, my limbs. So let various limbs of the body develop well. And what else should develop well? Vak, organ of speech. Develop well doesn't mean that you should talk all the time. Develop means let it talk appropriately. Pranaha, vital air, let also develop well. Chakshuhu, the eyes. Shrotram, the ears. Atho, atho is not a part of the body. Atho means and. Balam, strength. Indriyani, remaining organs. Sarvani Indriyani. Sarvani, it should go with Indriyani. And all other organs, let them develop well. So, O Lord, please help my all limbs of the body and organs and prana develop well, so that I am fit for the pursuit. I don't have to participate in some Olympics or something, but let it be fit enough for the pursuit of knowledge. That is the first part of Shanti Patha. Second part is presentation of the vision of Vedanta. Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam. Everything is Brahman. What type of Brahman? Upanishada Brahma. Brahman which is revealed by Upanishad. So may I appreciate this vision finally that everything is Brahman. And that Brahman I am. That also is to be understood. So this is a brief presentation of the vision of Upanishad. And now further prayer is that Ma aham brahma nirakuryam. May I not reject, deny Brahman. Some people have difficulty in accepting the existence of Brahman. Even after study of Shastra, sometimes it happens. That is there such reality called Brahman, or it is like an emperor's cloth? Simply believed to be there. Everybody say Brahman, Brahman. So we have to say Brahman. Otherwise we will look dull. We will look unintelligent. So possibility is there that one may get doubt or one may reject Brahman. Therefore prayer is there. May I not reject the existence of Brahman. Brahman as existent. So that is the third part. The fourth part is Mama Brahma Nirakuryam. Mama Brahma Nirakarot. May Brahman not reject me. Because when I reject someone, then I will have definitely feeling that that person also will reject me. Because one-sided love cannot last long. So I reject you, then you will reject me. Therefore he said, even by chance, I reject Brahman because of coming under the spell of some atheist, but may Brahman not reject me. Like in relationship they say, even if I get angry, you please don't leave me. So that is how this person tells. So Bhagavan, we are telling, Bhagavan, even if I reject you, you don't reject me. Means you don't deprive me of your grace. So Mama Brahma Nirakarot. May Brahma Paramatma not reject me. Not reject me means may he not deprive me of the grace. And this idea, since it is important, it is repeated. Anirakaranam astu. Let there not be rejection of Brahman by me. Anirakaranam astu. Let there not be rejection of me by Brahman. So Anirakaranam first refers to Maham Brahma Nirakuryam. Let there not be rejection of Brahman by me, and let there not be rejection of me by Brahman. Anirakaranam me astu. Me anirakaranam astu. Means let there not be rejection of me by Brahman. Then the fifth part is that may I have all the qualities described for the seeker of knowledge. He says, Tadatmani nirate ye upanishatsu dharmaha. Ye dharmaha, what all qualities Upanishatsu, we have to supply pradarshitaha, the qualities which are mentioned. For whom? Tadatmani nirate. One who is engaged in Brahmatma. Tad refers to Brahma. Brahmatmani nirate. All qualities which are mentioned as necessity for those who are engaged in the knowledge of Brahmatma. They, all those qualities, Mai Santu, let them be there in me. Means what all qualities mentioned for a sadhaka who is pursuing the knowledge of Brahma being Atma, let all those qualities be there in me. Like what? Viveka, Vairagya, Shama, Dama, all of them are presented in Vedas. Let all those qualities be there in me. And since it is very important, it is repeated. Te mai santu. Let them be there in me. Then the last part is Shantihi, Shantihi, Shantihi. Let there be removal of the obstacles coming from my own body, my own mind. So Shanti, first Shanti. Second is, let there be removal of obstacles coming from the surrounding, Adi Bhautika. And finally, let there be removal of obstacles coming from natural forces like flood, etc., flood, earthquake, tsunami. So, let there be no obstacle in my pursuit. So, this is the Shanti Pathaha. Alright. Now, we will enter into the first chapter, first section of the sixth chapter. Sixth chapter has got 16 khandaha, 16 sections. It's a very big one. 69 mantras. So, sixth chapter, 16 sections and 69 mantras. So, 69 mantras we have to study in 6 days. So, thoda speed, higher speed. So, we have to convert the local express into Rajdhani express. Then only we can reach the destination. Alright. This sixth chapter, which is Sadvidya, starts with a story. Story which brings Guru and Shishya together. And the story is there was a boy, like how we start, there was a king, like the story starts. There was a boy called Shvetaketu. And he is told something by his father. And then story continues. So we will read that part. So here story is given to glorify this Vidya, that this Vidya is given by the father to his son. And father generally doesn't give rotten things to his son, dear son. So he gives the best. So this Vidya is the best because it is given by the father to his son. And also to convey the message that this Vidya can be achieved only by going to the Guru. For that purpose the story is given. We'll start. I will read, you can repeat. Shvetak, first mantra. It is there in your book. There. Those who cannot read Sanskrit, I hope they are given. All right. श्वेतकेतुर्हारुणेय आस तगुंहपितो वाच श्वेतकेतो वसब्रह्मचर्यम् न वै सौम्यास्मत्कुलीनः अननूच्य ब्रह्मबन्धुरिव भवतीति. Yes, you need not repeat, just I will chant and you can repeat once. Shvetaketuhu ha aruneya asa. Asa means was. There was one boy called Shvetaketuhu. Ha, indeed. Remember, recollecting the past. Indeed, there was a boy, Shvetaketu. He was Aruneya. Aruneya means grandson of Aruna. In Sanskrit, there is a way of presenting the father's name. So Arunasya putraha Arunihi. The son of Aruna is called Aruni. And Arunehe putraha Aruneyaha. The son of Aruni is Aruneya. So Shvetaketu's father was Arunihi. His name was Uddalaka. Uddalaka is also called Arunihi. And his father was Aruna. So Aruneya Asa. There was a boy called Shvetaketu who was the son of Aruni, grandson of Aruna. Okay, so what? Tam ha pita uvacha. To that Shvetaketu, pita, father here name is not given, we have to understand Uddalaka. Uddalaka, the father, uvacha told to that Shvetaketu, ha indeed. What did he say? He Shvetaketu, Sambodhana is there. He Shvetaketu, Vasa Brahmacharyam. Vasa Brahmacharya means having approached the teacher, having stayed in the Gurukula, Brahmacharyam, may you follow the life of Brahmachari. So having gone to the Guru, may you follow Gurukulam Gatva Brahmacharyam Vasa. May you stay with the lifestyle of Brahmachari. Brahmacharya means the lifestyle of a Brahmachari. And Brahmachari means a person who is leading his life for Brahma. And here Brahma means Veda. So Brahmacharya means the lifestyle prescribed for the study of Vedas. Disciplined lifestyle prescribed for the study of Vedas is called Brahmacharya. For Brahmachari, three things are main. One is the study of Vedas, following the disciplined life, and third is seva of the Gurukulam. These are the three main things. And sometimes we add one more, and that is prayers. Sandhya Vandanam, Samhita Danam, these prayers. So 3 plus 1, 4 things are important for Brahmachari. That type of lifestyle characterized by these 4 things is called Brahmacharya. So may you go to Gurukulam and follow the lifestyle of Brahmachari. Then why is saying like this? That you go and study and live the life of a Brahmachari? For he says, Hey Somya. This is a very beautiful way of saying. Somya means pleasing one, Sambodhana. So father is addressing the son as what? Hey Somya. Many angry fathers will say, Hey idiot, hey Buddhu, come. That is not correct way of addressing. Right way of addressing is what? Hey Somya. O good looking one, O pleasing one. Why indeed, Asmat Kulinaha, anyone born in our family, Brahmana family, Ananuchya, without studying Vedas, Brahma Bandhuhu iva na bhavati, does not become like Brahma Bandhu. The Brahma Bandhu is a derogatory remark. If somebody calls, you are born in a Brahmana family and somebody calls you Brahma Bandhu, don't think that he is praising you. Brahma Bandhu means a person for whom Brahmana is the relatives. So we may think, what is wrong in it? You are the one for whom Brahmana is relatives. Means what? You are Brahmana only by birth. You do not have this entitlement of Brahmana in terms of guna or karma. The karma of Brahmana is to study Shastra, teaching Shastra. That only is called real Brahmana by this karma. And Brahmana by guna means Shamadamadi, the contemplativeness, that is the guna of Brahmana. So if it is not there, simply a person is born in a Brahmana family without having guna and karma, that person is called Brahma Bandhuhu. So he is telling, the father Uddalaka is telling Shvetaketu, generally in our family nobody remains Brahma Bandhu. Means Brahmana merely by birth nobody remains. Means everybody studies Vedas. But nowadays, most of them are Brahma Bandhu only. They are not Brahmanas. Most of them are Brahma Bandhu. Even Gayatri Mantra they cannot chant correctly. Gayatri Mantra they are not doing. They say Yajushakadhyai. We tell them what is the first mantra of Yajurveda. Krishna Yajurveda Shakadhyai. So they may not remember. So, Brahma Bandhu. So, Shvetaketu is told by his father, you please go and study Vedas. He is already 12-year-old. So, already late. आपकी ट्रेन लेट चल रही है. Already late चल रही है. So, don't delay further. Generally, Brahmana Ashtavarsham Upanayita. And so, 8-year or 9-year, he should go, but he is already 12. So, he said, you go and study Vedas. Go to Gurukulam. Even though this Uddalaka himself was a great scholar, we will know. So he could have taught his own son Vedas. But here Bhashyakara says that his father Uddalaka must be going on a trip. Na tasya, so atah pravasa anumiyate pituhu. Yena swayam gunavan san putram na upaneshyati. So it looks like that father is going for a long trip, therefore he is sending his son to others Gurukulam. In fact, sometimes it works better. The son, when he studies with father, then sometimes he loses the demarcation between the being father, the being son and being the student. And therefore, because of that reason also, he sent Shvetaketu to some other Gurukula. Alright. So that part is over. Now then what happened? That is given in the next mantra. Saha dvadasa varsha upetya chatur vimshati varshaha. Sarvan vedan adhitya. Mahamana anuchanamani stabda eyaya. Tagumhapito vacha Shvetaketo yannu somyedam mahamanaha Anuchanamani stabdosi Utatamadeshamaprakshah. Saha dvadasha varshaha. So, when he was, Saha means Shvetaketu, dvadasha varshani yasya, when he was 12 years old, upetya acharyam, having approached the teacher, means having gone to the Gurukulam, then chaturvimshati varshaha, now already 12 years gone. So, Shruti is very fast forward he does, Shruti does. So now he comes back, and when he comes back from Gurukulam, what is his age? Chaturvigumshati varshaha, 24 years. So Shruti did fast forward, 12 years, he went between the Dvadasha Varsha and Chaturvimsha, only Upetya is there. In that 12 years are gone. So generally, study in Gurukulam is done for 12 years. It is said that to master any discipline of knowledge, you should study it for 12 years. Because they connect with the circle the Guru takes around the sun, it takes 12 years. And therefore, 12 years are taken by Guru to complete his orbit. So, similarly, a person should remain in the Guru and he also should complete the orbiting around Guru for 12 years. So, Chaturvimshati Varsha. He came back 24 years. So, 12 years he studied Vedas. And also he must have studied Shiksha, Kalpa, Vyakarana also, Nirukta, Chanda, Jyotisham. So he must have studied all that. And it is something like somebody went to Harvard and he was very brilliant, gold medalist. Then he comes back, what will be his condition? That is what happens. Sarvan Vedan Adhitya, having studied all the Vedas. Not only his own Vedas, he studied other Vedas also. Or he studied entire Vedas. His own Veda, entire Vedas. But Bhagavan Bhashyakara is Vedan Chaturaha api, all four Vedas he studied. And Ayaya came back. But when he came back, what was his mental condition? Mahamanaha. Mahamanaha means having inflated ego, having inflated mind. So Bhashyakara says, Mahad Gambhiram Asamam Atmanam Anyehi Manyamanam. One who considers himself to be the superior to others. That type of mind he has. Mahamanaha. Like IIT person, no? MBA. MBA means in fact they have been taught that you should be very confident. So you should never think that you are inferior, you are superior. So like that Mahamanaha. Anuchana Mani. Mani means who was considering himself to be Anuchana, well versed in Vedas. Anuchana means one who has chanted the Vedas after the Guru. So Anuchana Mani, considering oneself to be well versed in Vedas. And Stabdaha, unbending. He cannot bend. Modern youngsters, they can't bend because they got jeans. If they bend, then jeans will be in trouble. But here, without wearing jeans also, unbending. Stabdaha. Ayaya. So, Vidya is supposed to be accompanied by humility. Vidya vinayena shobhate. Knowledge and humility should go together if it is studied well. But unfortunately for Shvetaketu, he studied well. He was brilliant, no doubt. But he was too aware of his brilliance. Very egoistic. Then father must have seen that, this fellow, even to him he might not have done namaskara. So he must have seen that, he is considering himself to be very big. An inflated ego needs to be punctured. So this father is very good in that. So father did puncturing in the ego, inflated ego of this son. And what he says, Tam ha pita uvacha. To that Shvetaketu, the Shvetaketu with inflated ego, to that Shvetaketu, ha indeed pita uvacha. Father told. What did he say? He Shvetaketu. Puja Swami used to say, he must have said, He Shvetu. So, so Shvetaketu, Yannu Somya idam mahamanaha anuchanamanaha stabdaha asi. No, I wonder that you are seems to be very superior, because of which, what is that? Because of which, what type of speciality you have got? Nu has conveyed this idea. Nu Kim atishayah upadhyayat praptaha. What type of some speciality you have got from your teacher, yet because of which, He Somya, still he is telling He Somya. That is the father's patience. Father should have told, hey idiot, something, but he doesn't say. That is the maturity of father. That even when he feels like scolding, he doesn't scold him. He simply punctures his ego. He Somya, what is that because of which? Yat means yena. Idam, in this manner, adverbial expression, idam. In this manner, mahamanaha, the person with inflated ego, anuchanamani, considering oneself to be well versed in Vedas, stabdaha, unbending. So many elders are sitting, you don't do namaskara to anyone. Stabdaha, asi, you are. So what is that because of which you are feeling so much proud? Now I will ask you, Uta, whether tam adesham, that teaching, aprakshaha, you ask to your teacher. Whether you ask that teaching to your teacher. Means, did you learn this teaching from your teacher? Did you ask and learn from your teacher this particular teaching which I am going to talk about? Tamadesham aprakshaha. Uta means whether. Apraksha means asked. Whether you asked that teaching from your teacher and you got it, so you are very proud. What is this? So, father asked in this manner. And then, father himself clarifies that what type of adesha, what type of teaching I am referring to. He says, we'll read that. Yena shrutagashrutam bhavati amatam matam avignatam vignatamiti katham nu bhagavah sa adesho bhavatiti. So he says, I am talking about that teaching. Yena, by that teaching, by that vidya, ashrutam shrutam bhavati. Anything unheard becomes shrutam, becomes heard. Amatam matam bhavati. Undeliberated subject matter or unexperienced subject matter, matam bhavati, becomes as well deliberated. Avignatam, unascertained subject matter, vignatam bhavati, becomes well ascertained. Iti, in this manner, Pita uvacha. Father told that did you ask for that teaching, that knowledge, having attained which everything is as well known, everything is heard, everything is deliberated upon, everything is well ascertained. Did you ask for the teaching of that one thing, knowing which everything is as well known? In other words, did you ask for the teaching of Eka Vigdanena Sarva Vigdanam? Did you ask for the knowledge of that thing, knowing which everything is as well known? Did you ask for that? Now, immediately this Shvetaketu's ego was punctured. Because he had never heard this. And little bit ego still there. Therefore, he thinks that, is there such knowledge? Means, if something is worthy of knowing, I would have definitely known. And I have not heard about this, it means such a thing must not be there. Like some people are so arrogant that everything in the ashram I know. And therefore we said, oh, such a room is there. Arre, is there such a room? Means as if he is not ready to accept. So this Shvetaketu is telling, Katham nu bhagavah sadesho bhavati. Both ways. Katham has got aksheparthe and jignasayam, akankszayam. Hey Bhagavaha, O Lord, Katham, how, nu, I wonder how saha adeshaha bhavati, how the teaching is. Jignasa or akshepa, how such teaching is possible. When I don't know, how can it be there? That is his thinking. Some people think that if some Sanskrit word you tell, then you said this is some Sanskrit rupam. How can it be there? I don't know it. You don't know doesn't mean it is not there. So many people little bit Sanskrit they know, and afterward they ask this question: how this sandhi is not happening here? It should happen. Not happening. Some mistake is there. It's not mistake. It's a prakriti bhava is there. You have not studied that. I hope prakriti bhava you have studied. So we study little bit and then we say, how can it be there? So Shvetaketu has that little bit arrogance. So he said, how can such adesha teaching be there, whereby knowing one you can know everything as well? Generally when you know physics, when you study physics, you get knowledge of physics. You study Sanskrit, hopefully you get the knowledge of Sanskrit. But by studying Sanskrit, how can I have the knowledge of chemistry, biology, mimamsa, tarka, all this? So he said, Katham nu bhagavaha sa adeshaha bhavati. How can there be such teaching? Iti uvacha. In this manner, Shvetaketu told. Father said, there is Adesha, teaching is there. Adesha here means teaching. So there is such teaching available. You listen. Yatha somyaikena mritpindena sarvam mrunmayam vignataggasyat vacharambanam vikaro namadheyam mrittiketyeva satyam. So he says, hey Somya. His father is very compassionate. He is telling, hey Somya, oh pleasing one. So, oh pleasing one or good looking one, he gives how the teaching is. He gives the example. 3 examples he gives. He says, yatha, just as, ekena mritpindena, you have to supply gnatena. By one lump of clay which is understood, sarvam mrunmayam vignatam bhavati, vignatam syat. When one lump of clay is understood well, then everything which is product of clay, vignatam syat, would be understood. When you know clay, then all products of clay would be known. So what is saying? Karana vignanena karya vignanam bhavati. By knowing the cause, the effects are as well known. How it happens? By knowing one cause, how all effects are known? Because effects do not exist apart from the cause. That is the reason implied here. So by knowing the cause, effects are known because effects do not exist apart from the cause. Why is it so? Because vacharambanam vikaro namadheyam. Because product, vikara here means product. Namadheyam is only a name, not a substance. What he wants to say? Not a substance. And it is vacharambanam. It is the object of speech. Every product is nothing but name, which is the object of speech, organ of speech. What is the object? Words. So it is just object of speech, or it is something which is started with your organ of speech. Vacharambanam, that which is started by your organ. So what is the message given here? When you see a product, for example, this pot. What was there earlier? Clay, and now this pot is born. You say pot is born. Then Shastra draws our attention that what you are calling this pot, which is seemed to be born, is there a new substance born? When pot is born, is there any new substance born? No, Swamiji, pot is born. Now let us analyze. Is this pot a substance? If we analyze, we will find that pot is not a substance because when you touch the pot, really speaking, it is a touch of clay. Weight of this pot is really weight of clay. Density of this pot is the density of clay. Thus, there is no substance called pot. Pot is only a name given to a particular form of clay. And that name and form do not exist apart from clay. So when a new name is born, we commit a mistake. What? New substance is born. And therefore many names are there, therefore many substances are there. One pot is there, one lid is there, when jug is there, so we think there are so many substances. But really speaking, substance is only one clay. So this pot is nothing but a name given to a particular form of clay, which does not exist apart from clay. So the substance is only clay, pot is only a nama. Therefore, when Swamiji says, this world is nothing but world. World is world. So only nama, but we fight so much. So it is nothing but name. Every product is nothing but name. Then what is the reality? Mrittika ityeva satyam. Mrittika iti. It is a prakaravachi. Means cause such as clay is satyam. Mrittika iti eva. The cause such as, iti has got the idea of such as, cause such as clay, eva alone is satyam. By using the word eva, what is suggested? The karyam, the product, vikara is not a satyam. So in our mind, the certain fundamentals of Vedanta need to be well settled. And what is that? The karyam is mithya, karanam alone is satyam. And karyam is not a substance, karanam alone is substance. Karyam, what is it karyam? Karyam is only a name given to a particular form or attribute. So this is the Siddhanta, and based on that, the final one is going to be arrived at. And what is that? The cause of everything is Brahma. Everything else called Jagat is nothing but the product. Therefore, Jagat is nothing but Nama Rupatmakam, is nothing but name and form. What is the substance? Substance is Brahma. So everything, everyone is nothing but Brahma. The substance behind everything is Brahman. So what is this Ghata? Immediately we say clay. But finally what we say? This is Brahma. What is this? Brahma. What is you? Brahman. What is he? Brahman. What is your enemy? That also is Brahman. Whom you are calling as your enemy, whom you hate so much, that also is what? Brahma. So this is going to be the teaching, and that is given with the help of example. So just as the pot, vikara is only a name, which is the object of speech. What is satyam is mrittika, clay alone. Clay alone is satyam. And this idea is further explained by other two examples. So many examples are given so that it is drilled in our mind. What is the idea to be drilled? That product is not satyam, product is mithya, cause alone is satyam. So vikaro namadheyam vacharambanam, by that what is the idea conveyed? It is mithya. It is only a name. This substance is the karanam. An ultimate karanam is Brahman, which is going to be talked about. So for that purpose, totally 3 examples are given, and one we saw, the second one is given in the next mantra. Yatha somyekena lohamanina sarvam lohamayam vignataggasyat vacharambanam vikaro namadheyam lohamityeva satyam. So one more example. Yatha, hey, yatha, just as, hey Somya, ekena loha manina. Here loha has got the meaning gold. Generally, those who know Indian languages, they think loha means iron only. Steel or iron alone they call loha. But in Sanskrit, the word loha is used for gold, silver, all. That's why we've got pancha loha, we say. In pancha loha, the gold will be there, silver will be there, lead will be there, the brass will be there, copper will be there. So this pancha loha means all metal. So metal, particular types of metal are called loha. So here loha is to be understood as gold. So just as ekena loha manina, we have to supply gnatena. By one lump of gold being known, means by the knowledge of one lump of gold, sarvam lohamayam vignatam syat. All products of gold will be known. Why is it so? Because all the products of gold, all ornaments, do not exist apart from gold. Why they do not exist apart from gold? Because vacharambanam vikaro namadheyam. Because product is only a name. By only a name, what is suggested? It is mithya. It does not have substantial existence. Vacharambanam. It begins with speech, or it is the object of speech. So it is mithya. Since it is mithya, it cannot exist apart from satyam. And what is satyam? Loha mityeva satyam. The cause, such as gold, alone is real. So gold is real and ornaments are unreal. Therefore, when you know gold very well, all ornaments are substantially, essentially as well known. So that is the second example. Now the third example is given in the next mantra. Yatha somyekena nakha nikruntanena sarvam karshnaya samvigdataggasyat vacharambanam vikaro namadheyam krishnaya samityeva satyam evagum somya sa adesho bhavatiti. He Somya, ekena nakha nikruntanena. Nakha nikruntana literally means nail cutter. Nikruntana means cutter. Nakha means nail. So in those days, in earlier days also, nakha, nail cutter was there. But nail cutter was not like that, what we do like this, not that. It will be in the form of one rod with some sharpness, wire like. Okay. Whatever it is, nakha nikrundana here refers to, lakshartha is the iron, the lump of iron, the iron bead. So, just as by knowing this iron piece, sarvam karshna yasam, all the product of iron, vignatam syat. So, by Krishna yasam is black iron. So, black iron means black metal is iron. Vignat, all the products of Karshna yasa, all the products of black iron will be known. All the products of irons will be known. By knowing the causal iron, all the products of iron are as well known. Reason is same, vacharambanam vikaro namadheyam. Because the product, all the iron products are only namadheyam, only a name. What is satyam? Krishna yasam mityeva satyam. This black iron alone is satyam, is real. Iron alone is real. And 3 examples were given. Then father is saying, evam, similarly, he Somya, O good looking one, saha adeshaha bhavati. That teaching is there, about which I had asked you. Bhavati means is there. Similarly, that teaching is there. Means, similarly, there is a teaching of one reality by knowing which everything is as well known. So, just as by knowing the clay, all clay products are known. By knowing gold, all gold products are known. But by knowing gold, the clay products will not be known. But by knowing the cause of everything, everything is as well known. So, saha adesha means that teaching. And that teaching means the teaching of that cause, which is the cause of everything, knowing which everything is as well known. So Saha Adesha means that teaching. And that teaching means the teaching of the fundamental cause, knowing which everything, without any exception, everything, Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara, everything is known. Iti, in this manner, Father told. Then what is the response of Shvetaketu? I will just take 2-3 minutes more. We have started 11:40. And one incidental announcement is, every day it will not be like this. Today deliberately we delayed 10 minutes because the program was delayed. So every day will start 11:30. So now Shvetaketu is responding. And his response is, Navai Nunam Bhagavantaha Ta etadavedishuhu Yadhyetadavedishyan Katham mena vakshanniti Bhagavagumstveva me tadbravitvit Bhagavagumstveva me tadbravitviti Tatha somyeti hovacha. So he, Shvetaketu is still, his arrogance has not gone. So he says, Navai nunam bhagavantaha te etad na avedishuhu. He says, Nunam indeed, Vai nunam means indeed. Bhagavantaha means my teachers, at least he uses the word Bhagavantaha. We thank him. So, my glorious teacher, te Bhagavantaha, those glorious teacher, etat na avedishuhu. They did not know this teaching, which you are talking about, O dear Father. What you are talking, that knowing, by knowing one, everything is as well known, that teaching, my teachers did not know. Arthapatti Pramanam gives, means presumption. Why? He says, Yad hi etad avedishyan lung lakara, very rarely comes. If they knew this teaching which you are talking about, katham mena avakshan, how come they would not have taught me? I was a brilliant student, the most brilliant student. Therefore, if they knew, they would have taught me. They have not taught me, means they did not know. This is very arrogant statement. So, if they knew it, they would have taught. They did not teach. Means what? I think they did not know. Iti, in this manner, he told. And here Bhashyakara gives some credit to Shvetaketu. Why Shvetaketu said like this? Bhashyakara says, Avachyam api guroho nyakbhavam avadit. He says we should never put our gurus down. But still he did it. Why? Gurukulam prati preshana bhayat. Because he was afraid that his father will send him back to Gurukulam. That you have not studied, you ask your teacher and study, there after 1 year come back. So he did not want to do, somehow he didn't want to do. Once Gurukulam you leave, you don't feel like coming back sometimes. So, so he didn't want to come back. And therefore he told like this. And then he said, Bhagavan, tu eva me tad bravitu. Or Lord, he is addressing his father, may your honor alone teach me that adesha. Iti uvacha. Then father said, okay, tatha somya iti uvacha. A good looking one, tatha bhavatu. Let it be so, means I will teach you. Iti, in this manner, ha uvacha. He, father, told his son. Now what is the teaching? That is going to start in the next kanda. We'll see in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So tomorrow we'll have class 11:30 only.